let me just start the story from the beginning with you. You know, already when excavation started here around Alexandria, we had these kind of, you know, archaeologists looking around. Look here, for example, I don't know if you look at this section, soon I will show you like the ground level is a bit higher than what we found here.
Nice.
So you know that there are some archaeologists says there might be another Alexandria underneath this Alexandria.
Yeah.
Things to find, still to find. But the funny thing about this place, that this place was discovered by a donkey. The founder of the catacombs was a donkey. Local people lives here, district community, and this guy with his donkey cart, he sold the garlic and onion on his donkey cart, and the donkey fell into a hole, which led to the discovery of the catacomb. That was around 1920. So this is when, luckily they saved the donkey. The donkey survived.
Oh, good.
And they found that this place was kind of full of underground water, was floating, like, you know, bones, skulls and skeletons there. They had to suck the water out. They figured out that this place has some tombs. Already what happened is, originally we realized that this part of this place dates back to, or they've been used from the 2nd till the 4th century AD. So that means there are some Greeks, Romans, and even Christians, they use this place as their tomb. The first catacomb or the first tomb was built here. It was built by one wealthy family. And this is when we're gonna see their tomb with beautiful carvings underground there. But it seems like the people liked this technique, this idea during the Greek and Roman time, and they decided to add more to it. I think we have almost about 200, 300 catacombs, tombs built for common people down there. So already when we're gonna go there, the catacomb itself looks like a well. It's almost about maybe 50 meters below the ground level. We're gonna walk through a spiral staircase. And our way down around this well, we're gonna find some windows to the left-hand side. The windows to the right-hand side. And these windows where they help each other to lower the bodies down. To the left-hand side, you're gonna find some recesses in the walls where they used to put like oil lamps, candles to provide lights for the people who are gonna go down to bury their dead family there. When we're gonna go down there, I'll show you and tell you why it was called the Catacombs of Qom el-Shoqafa. Okay?
That's where they lower the bodies down. That's pretty neat. Wow. Pretty neat.
Yeah. Seashell design with the seats underneath it. So I mean, already they said they designed it that at the time when the family of the person would come to visit him, this is where they're gonna sit and take a break before they go down, or even on the way up before they go to all the way to the top there. So it's mainly made as a rest place. But since it has a seashell, we believe this is like a Christian design of decoration. That means also maybe this kind of catacombs been used during the Christian time as well.
Okay.
This place here, we call it the rotunda. It means like a room with like 3 corners or 3 sides.
Wow. Gee.
Triclinium. This is the name. The name of this place is Triclinium. The tomb. They said a part of the Roman traditions that when they bury their dead people, maybe the family of this dead person would come here, would sit in this area here. Imagine it used to be like nice sitting area with cushions, and there was a table here in the middle where they're gonna have their meal. And they're gonna have their meal and drinks in pottery plates and cups. After they finish their meal, it's a bad luck to reuse these cups and plates again. That's why they have to break it right away. When this place was discovered, they found this room full of small shards of pottery. That's why the name Qom el-Shoqafa came from. Catacomb of Qom el-Shoqafa means the catacomb of the broken shards of pottery, which they found here in this room. That's why the name came from the amount of shards they found here. When these people made their tombs, they copied the ancient influence. You're gonna see Horus the falcon on both sides. In the center here, you're gonna have what we call it the winged sun disk. Solar disk with 2 wings and 2 cobra snakes. Maybe on top of it, you're gonna see the cobra snakes also with the sun disk on top of it. But also to merge the ancient Egyptian and Roman style of art, you're gonna see here Medusa, the goddess of protection. You know Medusa, that
Yeah.
the hair is like look like serpents, snakes.
Juicy, yeah.
Medusa, yeah, exactly, that's right. I mean, I think the mythology that it's protector goddess, and if somebody look at the Medusa, it's gonna turn into a stone, right? Below it, we have the serpent that wields the double crown of north and south from each side. And then there are two statues in these recesses here. Maybe this is the guy who is buried inside there, the statue of the man and his wife right here. Both of them dates back to the Roman time. We will wait for our turn for them to go out to tell you what's inside here.
I can get the columns in as well.
That is so nice. Anubis, Osiris.
Below the ceiling, some stories said, of course, you're going to see the sun disk again. Sun disk was two cobra snakes. You know, maybe they didn't finish the carving. That's why it doesn't have the wings like the one outside there. Come inside here and have a look at. There's an echo here. Can you hear that? Standing here. Have a look at this wall here. You're going to see Anubis. Here, they represent him in a mythological figure as half human body and half serpent. Technique, the idea of catacombs, to dig some kind of horizontal holes into the wall, and when they put the bodies inside, they seal it with a block of stone like this. So even you can see that there are some of them has two levels where you can put two bodies one on top of another, and then they're gonna close it. And I told you there are hundreds of them around this place or in this place. Looking here, you will see one of the axes where they used to put the bodies for this family, the wealthy family who started the catacomb. So from this hole here, they could put two bodies, one there and one to the left-hand side. You can see it from this side here. Standing here, you can see where they put the other body. Two bodies would be, or they would put them from this side. And here,
Obviously, you'd have to have a lot of money.
here also you see that we have two more holes. So we believe there were four family members, not three.
wow.
So that's why there are two here and two on the opposite side there. We found the catacombs, which are these recesses you see on the walls. We found the sarcophagus, which is the ancient Egyptian style of burying the dead people. Also, we found some jars. So maybe there's a time where they used to cremate. These recesses here on the walls, where they used to put the jars when they cremate their dead people. This part here, we actually walked through someone's tomb. Look at the wall here. See the carving?
Oh, yeah.
Of course, it's like, you know, again, they copied the ancient Egyptian style. You can see the goddess Isis. Maybe there are some Roman soldiers here carrying some weapons, spears, and shields. This part here, or this room, we call it Caracula's room. During the Roman time, there was a story, like, you know, there was this leader, like, you know, emperor. His name was Caracula. He's the one who should be the leader of Alexandria at the time during the Roman time. But it seems like his brother was called Gita, and he's the one who's supposed to be the leader. But Caracalla was jealous of his brother. He killed his brother and took his place. This is the main part of the discovery. They believe that the donkey fall into this part here. So that means this part was discovered first before. It survived, the donkey survived. Wow. And maybe that used to be the original also staircase to come down to this part of the catacomb. Okay, of course now because the stairs are not fine, so they closed it. That used to be an altar here. Of course this one has been renovated, but this is where the original altar used to be, where people make their prayers and put their offerings. Last thing I want to show you, inside there's a box full of bones. This is when, remember I told my group about the bones, and the anthropologist found out they are horses' bones. You know, so as I told you, they thought they're human, but they figured out they're horses. A part of the Roman traditions that when somebody dies, maybe as an honor for his horse, when the horse died, they buried their horse with themselves, with their owner. Yeah, in the same tomb. That's why they found this box full of bones for animals there.
Well, that completes our little tour of the Shoqafa, I probably pronounced it wrong, catacombs here in Alexandria. Only a short video, but once again, if you've got money, you can have a really flash hole in the ground. And they bury you down there, deep down. Yeah, alright, I get that. Okay. I think that's going to do it for today. That's it. Alright, see you next time. Bye. Well, I did say goodbye, but there was one other thing I forgot we had to do to Savo. Walk along the promenade, esplanade, of Alexandria. We're going for about a 30-minute walk, and we're going to make our way to a place called Qaitbay Fortress, which is built on one of the 7 ancient wonders of the world, which was the lighthouse of Alexandria, which is now gone, collapsed due to too many earthquakes. So, make our way to the fortress and let's see what it's got to offer. Might be something interesting. Bye.
So big.
It's
My
good.
name- Yes.
Good.
My name Sibia.
Ah, and this is Brim?
Sharagish.
Shalagis. In Australia,
Yes.
Brim.
Dennis.
Brim.
Australia, Brim.
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 And this?
Buri.
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 Bore.
In Australia,
Ah.
mullet.
Buri.
Maraj.
Mullet.
Maraj.
Perfect. Perfect. Mullet.
Denise.
Oh,
Denise.
Benito.
Denise.
Yes.
Denise.
Benito. That's good fish.
Rakota.
Yes.
Very good eating.
Fresh.
Rakota.
Yeah?
Rakota.
Okay. Very nice.
Yes.
All right. Whoa, that's a big one.
Arroz.
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 Yes.
Have a nice day. Masalama. See, this is very good price. That's very nice. Very nice stuff. Maybe I should buy some. I've always wanted a pyramid on my desk at home. I don't know what I'd have to move to allow it to sit on my desk. Here we go. Hello. Hello. Oh, ask the ladies. They want it. They love buying. I have made it to Qaitbay Fortress, which was built from, I'll get it right, if I'm wrong you'll correct me, 1477 to 1479. It was built on the grounds of the famous, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, that is the lighthouse of Alexandria, which of course was destroyed in several earthquakes. I think it was around the 1300s, which was the one that caused total destruction. But interesting to note too, even though you have earthquakes around this part of the world, not for a long time, the pyramids, which is one of the 7 ancient wonders of the world, maybe lost a little bit of limestone on the top, otherwise still intact. So we're going to go in, have a look. I'm sure we'll find something. But this here, oh, and this here, I'll just show you now. That was one of the major fortresses which guarded the lengths of the Mediterranean Sea coastline. And importantly, it protected the town of Alexandria because the Germans, they wanted, and same with the French, they tried to have a go at it. Thankfully the British come in and did their job. This place has been restored many times, even up to 1990s they had a big refurbishment. So we're going to make our way to the ticket office. Let's go inside. There you go, the Qaitbay Citadel was established by Sultan Qaitbay, 882 to 1477 AD. Wow. Although the literature I've read said it was built between 1477 and 1479. Okay. Take your pick which one you will believe. Wow, this is amazing, isn't it? And then we're going just along this walkway now, which is pretty impressive. I think it'd be hard for anyone to make their way into this part of Alexandria and try and capture it. Because out there to our left and to our right are the shores of the Mediterranean in the most northern part of Africa. Which if we go further south, eventually we will go into the Nile. Oh, not going to happen. Oh, alright. Wow, beautiful day. Oh, now we're walking through the market. That was not a bad fortress to have a look at. Fantastic history. And these are the streets of Alexandria, which are so damn good. We'll continue walking. Oh, here we go. Hello.
How are you?
Fine, how are you? Look out. Sully is our tour leader. So if we get lost, we are going to tear into her. Got our meat. Look at this. This is so cool. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Ah, your baby.
Oh, Muhammad.
Ahmed? Well, it's call to prayer time. It's now 3:30 in the afternoon. And this is just a fantastic way to end a great day. The call to prayer is a lot more impact at 4:30 in the morning when I'm trying to sleep. I never get bored walking through these streets. Never at all. Ah, here we go, the new Ronaldo. Alright, I'm done for the day. This time, I am finished for the day. We'll continue walking through the market and call it. It's over. Goodbye from Alexandria. Next stop. Oh, no, not goodbye. I'll stick on the end of this video the Library of Alexandria. That's tomorrow. Bye. Okay, now we're at the Bibliothèque Library of Alexandria, and it is famous, and that is our last port of call for this trip in Egypt.
So Alexandria was founded in 331 BC by the conqueror Alexander the Great. Okay, and this is his picture over there. Okay, he conquered Egypt in 332 BC, and he ordered to build a city that takes after him, hence the name Alexandria. However, he didn't get to witness the city as he died at a very young age in Babylon out of fever. Okay, so now let's talk about the ancient library of Alexandria. So the idea of the library was proposed by this man, okay, Demetrius Philus. He was a philosopher, a statesman, and the governor of Athens. He's the one who proposed the idea to King Ptolemy I of Egypt, and in 288 BC, the library was constructed, also known as the Royal Library. During the reign of King Ptolemy II, the library flourished, and artists, scientists, poets from all over the world came by to acquire and exchange knowledge. And there were a lot of scrolls at that time. Can you guess how many scrolls there were?
It's
like a million. Scrolls, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So the number of scrolls actually reached up to 700,000 scrolls at that time.
Wow.
Yeah. So what about the destruction? So it started in 48 BC during the famous Alexandrian War between the Roman fleet led by Cleopatra and Julius Caesar and the Egyptian fleet led by King Ptolemy XIII. It's when Cleopatra asked for Julius Caesar's protection against her husband and stepbrother King Ptolemy XIII. And as the war was near the seashore, a part of the library was accidentally caught on fire, and a huge part of it was sadly destroyed. 391 CE, there were some sort of inner conflicts in Alexandria at that time, which led to the destruction of the daughter library. And by 400 CE, both libraries were completely destroyed. Yeah, sadly, they both vanished, and nothing remained of both libraries except for one scroll that the library has a facsimile of it in the manuscript museum that I'll show you later. Okay, and the original one is located now in Vienna, Austria. So this is the maps library. So there we have about 15,000 maps, and we also have 500 atlases and a bunch of globes. So there we have a rich collection focusing on arts, like books, musical notes, periodicals, and more. Okay, and above it is the B2 floor. So this is the rare books and special collection library. So there we have 80,000 books from special collections from prominent figures. Okay, so behind it is the Francophone library. So there we have about 500,000 books in French, and this was actually a donation from the French National Library, and it's also considered one of the biggest donations from one organization to another. Okay. It's the Anwar Sadat Museum. Anwar Sadat was the third former Egyptian president, and this museum was a donation from his wife, Jihan Sadat. There you'll find his personal belongings like his toothbrush, toothpaste, and gold medals. And the most valuable item you'll find is the suit he was wearing during the day of his assassination.
Alrighty, now this is really important because this tapestry, which was made, and I'll tell you when it was, go 1343, this up until, I'll say recent times, 30, 40 years ago, this used to appear on the big block in the holy city of Mecca, and I do apologise if I forget the name of that. Then that was placed on there, and it was transported, that tapestry, here. And it took 3 months to carry it from Egypt to Saudi Arabia. That's amazing. So now it's not taken to Mecca because Saudi have created their own. That is amazing to be standing in front of a tapestry which is, wow, how long? Ha! A very old object. All right. Interesting library. Now we're going to go and check out Anwar Sadat's exhibition. Inside the library they have a display or exhibition which in honour of President Mohammed Anwar Sadat, and I do remember broadcasting on his assassination, which was at some type of parade. Anwar Sadat's quite famous for the signing of the peace agreement with Israel. I do remember it was the Camp David agreement. If you get time, check it out. What an incredible inscription. Live for peace, died for principles. God.
To write on my tomb. He has lived for peace and he has died for principles.
This is President Sadat's desk in Giza, domicile, his library. Oh, and his briefcase. I just still lost for words as to why they had to assassinate him. Yeah, Anwar Sadat also received many awards and won, as just previously indicated, the Time Person of the Year. It took a lot to get people to come on board and sign that Camp David agreement, or the peace agreement. This was the President's parade suit and wristwatch that he wore during the parade on the 6th of October 1981, the day of his assassination. Finally, this photo was taken moments before his own troops turned on him and executed him. And that ends our journey in the Bibliothèque of Alexandria.